Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is currently the 24th of November. This video will be coming out in December, maybe on like the 1st of December or something like that. We've actually got a family wedding to go to on Friday. So this week, Monday to Thursday, I do just plan on really doing like eBay work. Maybe I'll try and hit the car boot on Thursday, we'll wait and see, weather dependent. It's always up and down. It was raining 10 minutes ago, now it's bright sunshine. As you saw in my last car boot video, we're starting to get to those freezing cold mornings. Anyway, it is Monday morning. We've actually got 19 orders going out. We've got some small ones, we got some big hitters. I guess having my little eBay rant in the car the other day actually worked, and the eBay gods must have heard me ranting about eBay and slow sales and stuff, because I haven't really done anything different. I haven't even been listing, I think, since Thursday, but sales have been rolling in, so I'm really pleased with that. It's been a very up and down emotional roller coaster type of weekend. We've had a load of sales, but then at the same time we've had those sales, and then immediately after the buyer has changed their mind and cancelled, which I usually get a couple a month maybe, but I had, I think, 3 or 4 over this weekend, so I'll cover them in this video as well. One of them was just a small sale, which they did end up buying in the end, but they ended up paying full price rather than accepting my lower offer, so they bought it and then immediately cancelled and then rebought it again, so that one's fine. But the other 3 were big hitters and they hurt a little bit, so yeah, I'll go over them a little bit. As far as life goes today, family life right now, it's been a hectic morning. It's been probably one of the worst sort of toddler mornings we've had with Cece. She is just on, I know they go on about like terrible twos, but she is on, what can we call it, like fearsome threes or something? I don't know, but she is on one. She is just, Lando's chill. Lando is very chilled out. Cece though, on the other hand, I don't know if it's jealousy, but oh god, it's been a very difficult morning. So I've done my dad duties for the morning, but I've now escaped into the garage. I've got all these orders to pack and go through, and yeah, also apologies if I look a little bit scruffy. I'm trying to grow my winter beard out a little bit, so you got to go through these like in-between phases right now. Yeah, we are also all very poorly in the family. Kyla's come down really badly with this cold. She's still got it from last time I mentioned it. By the time you're seeing this, hopefully it's cleared up, but as of now, she's still got the cold. Cease has got the cold as well. Lando's all right. I seem to be all right. I've just got a bit of a sore throat, so I'm on the hot Ribenas. I've got one for later in my eBay thermal mug, and then I've got one for now. The old hot Ribena trick really works wonders for your throat. Right, what I'm going to start with is the smallest sales and then work my way up to the biggest. We've had a few ones which I've broken even, probably paid a £5 for, sold them for like a tenner or something. And then we've got a few really nice big hitters as well. So yeah, I'll start with the small ones and then work my way up. So enjoy. I really do feel for Kyla right now. I can hear the kids inside just screaming their heads off. But, you know, I've got to do what I've got to do. Okay, so we've got these sales here. They are only small sales. They are all £20 and under. But there is still plenty of profit here. I wanted to just say, do not pass up on the £1 into a tenner flips, because they're the ones that really bulk out the shop. They're the ones that bring in that sort of bread and butter sales every now and then. I mean, it would be lovely if every sale could be £1 into £50 or £10 into £100, but unfortunately, it's just not like that sometimes. Of course, we all buy these things. Like, I paid £1 for this Dell laptop case. It's quite vintage. It's real leather, really sturdy, really well made. I thought, oh, it's got to be 20 quid. Unfortunately, it's only sold for a tenner, but it's still £1 into £10 plus postage. So there is still plenty of profit there. You just have to be careful, like, don't invest too much money in a big box or anything. Get all your boxes for free if you can, like I do, you know, and just work it out that way. £1 into £10, after all the fees, tax and all that, I don't know, £5 or £6 overall profit or something, but if you can do that a few times over, then you've got a nice chunk of money. But of course, I don't try and base my business off flips like this. I try and base my business on bulky, you know, good strong flips. And next up over here we've got Love Child, Diana Ross and the Supremes, just an old record. Again, this has been listed for a long time. I actually got this from my neighbour. She very kindly gave me loads of stuff to sell. I've got a load of records there. I think this might be one of the last ones actually listed. I still haven't even gone through these ones because of their low value. You know, they're not really worth much, and maybe I'll wait for a really quiet spell and blast them all one day. But yeah, that has sold for £7. Doesn't cost me anything at all, £7 plus postage. We've then got these here. This was a fail buy, probably the biggest fail of the day. I'm pretty sure I paid 15 for these Salomon ski boots in the charity shop. They are in really nice condition, but unfortunately, they have only sold for £15. So I've probably lost out on that one if you include all the insertion fees, the final value fee. tax, everything. Yeah, bit of a fail on this one, but sometimes you have to take that risk and see if it pays out or not, but unfortunately not. Hey ho, you live and learn. I won't be buying them again. We've got these Timberlands here. I think these have sold for 17, had them up for 20, perfectly fair offer. No idea where I got them from. I actually found them just shoved into the bottom of a bag somewhere a few months ago and thought, oh, they're Gore-Tex, they're Timberland, they got to be worth some money. Unfortunately, they're not the best size. I think they're quite an old model, so they've only sold for 17, whereas some models you could be fetching more like 50, 60, 70 pound for. Next up we got, this is the one which I told you they cancelled because they accidentally paid full price when they should have accepted my offer. It was perfectly fine, but just one of them frustrating sort of situations where you've got to explain to the buyer you need to cancel it, and then I can relist it and you can buy it again. But it's all well and good now. Just Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, that has sold for £12. Again, this would have come from a bundle sometime ages ago, and it's finally sold. So again, no idea what it owes me, but I'm pretty sure I'll be in profit on that one now. We've then got this here. This is a very random find. This was from a car boot sale some months ago now. It's kind of just like a man cave sort of lap tray sort of thing, or tool tray. You could use it for anything, to be honest. If you're working on your car, you can put little nuts and bolts in it. Paid £4, it has sold for 20. Might be a bit of a pain to pack because you've got these sort of fragile little hooks here, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And next up here, and this is what I mean by don't pass up on the £1 into a tenner because there is still profit. That's exactly what this one is. Paid £1 at the car boot. It is a random screw storage thing for your garage wall. As you can see there, I think you stick it on the garage, and then these little cups you can twist off, I guess put screws in, or whatever you want to put in. Yeah, very, very random. I started off at like 25 quid. Unfortunately, there weren't any takers at that price. I had it listed for quite a while. In the end, it sold for a tenner. I didn't lose out. I didn't make massive money. Got it gone. Cleared some space. It used to be on the shelf over there. Now there's a big nice space there. I'm happy to get that one gone as well. Yeah, if you see them in pre-owned condition, I'd avoid them personally, unless it's for personal use, of course. Okay, so I will just get this lot packaged and then I'll crack on with the next orders. And don't worry guys, they do improve a little bit. All right, everyone, we're just packing the orders. We've got the Timberland boots there, we've got the Wii games there, got the Diana Ross record, lots and lots of cardboard there just to make sure it doesn't get bent or snapped or anything like that. I've got the old, that's the tray. I managed to fold them handles down, so I actually managed to pack it very easily, just wrapped up in cardboard and then a bit of pallet wrap. And then we've got the old screw holder thing there. I've just wrapped that in cardboard and then a bit of pallet wrap again. We're just coming to the ski boots here. I'll just stick you over here and I'll talk about the cancellations that I had this weekend on people and orders and stuff. Yeah, a bit of a... Although it's been a really good weekend of sales, it's been a really frustrating weekend for in terms of like cancellations. You know, I know they'll sell again, so it's not really a problem, and it's always better cancelling it immediately rather than the buyer actually receiving it and then opening a return request and then going through that whole process and stuff. Because then, of course, I lose out on the money that I've sent shipping the item, and it's just a big old faff, isn't it? Having to trust the buyer to return it in the same condition that you sent it in. So the first one, I did take screenshots so I can flash it up on the screen. I put this on Instagram as well because I just couldn't believe it. You know, you get that little buzz when you get the sale in, and then straight away, immediately after, within about 10 seconds, the cancellation request comes through. So I sold the Dr. Martens that I actually made a little short video of me like restoring them, polishing them up and stuff. They sold full price for £89.99. 10 seconds later, cancellation request. Ordered by mistake. Not the wrong size, none of that. They just ordered it by mistake. They accidentally clicked all those buttons. I don't know how many buttons it takes. I don't really buy much off eBay, but they clicked all those buttons and then agreed to buy the item. Everything went through, and then they immediately cancelled. I'm not taking it to heart. I know it may seem like I am. I'm just reflecting how I felt in the moment. And yeah, it annoyed me. It's £90. It was a £90 sale. Got that little buzz of a sale, and then immediately after you get that buzz, you get the cancellation, which nobody wants really, do they? Nobody wants that. But it is part of the job, and you have to of course honour it. I mean, you don't have to. I could have declined it and still sent them out, but you're just asking for trouble if you do that, really. So yeah, that cancellation was on the Saturday, and then Sunday morning I woke up and I had made the sale of the green Dr. Martens you saw in my recent car boot video, the ones with a bit of paint on the front. I put them up for £49.99 and somebody paid full price for them. Woke up, checked my phone, oh look, £50 sale. And then literally, again, I don't know how I timed it so well, but as I've looked at the sale that's came through like an hour ago or something, get the little cancellation notification come through again. Once again, ordered by mistake. And it just happens to be a pair of DMs. So that's 2 DMs in 24 hours, ordered and then cancelled. You know, like I said, it's one of those things. It's happened many times before. It's just, I just thought I'd talk about it a little bit in this video. And don't take this the wrong way. I understand it's business. I understand we have to just go through these things, and I shouldn't really take it to heart. But again, I just want to talk about it because it's frustrating, isn't it? It's very frustrating. Anyway, that same day, we actually had another one. And I haven't gone through the sale yet because it is a sale. But they actually requested to cancel the order again. And it was, I won't tell you what it is, but they sold for £85. And yeah, they decided to cancel it. I then messaged them and said, why do you want to cancel? Before I actually accepted the cancellation. And then they went and reversed their cancellation. And I have no idea what's going on there, but yeah, that's my frustrating weekend of cancellations and orders. And then of course thrown into that, we had that Wii Sports one as well, which it's only £12, so it wasn't too like mentally straining. They still went and ordered it anyway, so it's not really a problem. But the other two, I could have been another £150 up if these people actually continued with their orders. But you know how it is. Hopefully they sell again to someone else. I never often have to use this pallet wrap, but in these few orders that I'm packing right now, 3 of them have been wrapped up in this. You can use poly bags, but the sizes I have are just a little bit too small for this, so get yourself some of this for those awkward parcels. It is very good. Just make sure you wrap it properly, tape it all down, because it is quite thin. It's not quite as thick as like a poly bag, but it does the job. Alright, there we go. That's the old Dell laptop bag, all wrapped up nicely in the, what's it called, pallet wrap stuff. I then get the brown tape because that alone's not going to do it, and it's quite sticky. You'll find it sticks to, say that was another parcel, it sticks to it, and then it can cause like unwrapping and ripping and stuff. So get yourself some brown tape and just go over it again. There we go, that should do. That's what I mean. So just enough tape to make it so it's not so sticky. So if like another parcel does hit it, it should just slip off it and not rip it and get through to the item underneath. There you go, that's all those parcels done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 so far. So got another like 12 to do. There's not many shoes in this load of orders. Some quite unusual orders, but of course there are a few shoes. But yeah, nice variety of items today. Okay, I've printed the labels for those 7. They're in the car now, all ready to go. I'm thinking this stuff like coffee. Maybe Ribena is the new coffee. It is really good. Soothing on the throat. We've got 12 more to go through. Thankfully for you guys, they're all reasonably quite high profit items actually. Really decent weekend this weekend. Some profits bigger than others, but I'd still take it. It's still, these are the sort of sales that I really sort of like pride myself on for my business sort of thing. So if you want to learn anything from this video, take these items in and stick them in your head and try and remember them for when you're out hunting, sourcing items and stuff. These are the ones you want to go for. So I'll pick a few of them now, I'll put them on the bench and go through just like I did. And once again, we'll start from the lowest, working our way up to the biggest. So we've got a few like 20s, 30s, maybe a few 40s in here as well. But we do have some big hitter sales today, so I'll wait till the very end to show them ones. Okay, I've just picked out the next 8 orders to show you guys. I think this bundle of orders, the whole load of them, is probably the least I've ever had from Vinted, which is good, because I don't want to rely on Vinted, really. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is charity shops, car boots, and yeah, there are a few Vinted, but not massive amounts. Like these, for instance, we sold these vans, I think, for like £31.50, I think. They're pretty much brand new. There is a bit of a, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bit of a mark there on the suede, just on the top there, which of course decreased the value a bit. Other than that, they're in really good condition. They only cost me like a £5 though, which is an absolute bargain. £5 on Vinted with the fees, into 31 quid on eBay, plenty of profit there. I think it's 31 anyway, I'll flash up the sold of course. We've then got these RAF military boots. These things actually sat, they were sat under this little bench on this box for a long time. I'd say about 6 months. And I just kept procrastinating. I kept putting them off because I didn't know how to list them, because I just didn't know the brand or anything like that. And then I finally put some time into researching it. I found out that they aren't actually branded at all. I think if you look at the sizing, you've got like 280 over 113. and I'm pretty sure that's how like military sizing works. So yeah, I think they are just military issued RAF boots. That's about all I know of them, but they are pretty much brand new. They are genuine leather, they're really nice soft leather. I had no idea what to go price wise, but I put them up for $32.99 and they sold within the week. And yeah, I'm kicking myself really, because I should have just listed them as soon as I got them. I think they cost me like 10 quid on Vinted. Next up we've got this Tanier Yamaha bag. I think it's like a pannier bag cover sort of thing. You get like these metal cages that go on the side of your bike, and I'm pretty sure this goes on the outside or the inside, something like that. I don't know. I paid £7 I think in a charity shop whilst we were away in Weymouth, probably about 2 or 3 months ago now. And yeah, stuck it on eBay, not much interest, but then finally over the weekend somebody just paid outright £29.99. So profits there. Probably paid for some pancakes whilst we were away on holiday. This is actually a really nice one. Paid just £3 at the car boot. They were covered in mud. Gave them a good old clean up, and underneath that mud you actually had a really nice clean shoe. They're just Nike Dunks. I can't remember the exact model. Is it Choco or something? Maybe Choco colourway, something like that. Yeah, £3 at the car boot into £25 on eBay. I accepted a lower offer on them just because the buy price was so low. I actually did the same thing with these Onitsuka Tigers. Paid just a £5 for these at the car boot. They're in decent enough condition. They're not the best. The suede is a little bit lifted, as you can see. But yeah, £5 into £36 on eBay. They were probably listed for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. So yeah, happy to get them ones gone. I have sold these upwards of £70 before in better condition, so keep your eyes peeled for them ones. We've then got these ice skates here, kind of white figure skating ice skates. Once again, kept dropping the price. I started quite high, maybe 50, 60 quid because the condition's pretty good. Paid just a £5 at the car boot, and they finally sold over the weekend for £34.99. Then got this electric Newgate clock, kind of like a vintage Smith style clock sort of thing. Paid £7 at the car boot, if I remember correctly. Had quite a lot of interest in it. I think it got up to like 15 watches in the end. I had it up for I think £35. Had an offer yesterday of 28, so I just thought, yeah, let's just accept that, get it gone. Probably about £15 overall profit once you take out all the fees and taxes, as always. And then over here, a really nice FootJoy sale, FootJoy golf shoes, one to look out for. Lovely tread on the soles. These ones here were an absolute bargain on Vinted. They are the Pro SL FootJoys. Yeah, £5 on Vinted. They have sold for £41 on eBay. So there we go. Lovely little bundle of sales there. Not the biggest, not the best, but sort of mid-tier. Just good old bread and butter sales. Just get that money flowing in nicely. The next few sales will be the big hitters, so stay tuned for that. I'll get this lot packed and I'll show you what else is sold. It is 5 minutes to 12. We've got the 8 I've just shown you there, all packed up, ready to go. A few boxes had to be used, and then the rest of them I just wrapped in brown paper and put a poly bag over. But over here, we've got the remaining orders. So let's go up in price order. These are the best of the weekend. I actually managed to sell some bowls, can you believe it? Usually I buy bowls and they stick around for ages, but this time they've both sold within, I think, 2 or 3 weeks of listing, so really pleased with that one. We'll start off here with the blue suede Berghaus boots. I paid just £10 for these ones at the car boot sale, with a pair of Mindel boots for £10 as well, so £20. Sold the Mindels I think for like 50, and these ones here have sold for £41. They're lovely condition. Apologies if you can hear the bin men outside, they're very noisy. These sales here are car boot only, so you would have seen me pick these ones. I picked these up, I want to say 25, maybe 20, one or the other. If they were 25, I definitely tried to haggle her to 20, and then it's whether or not did she accept 20 or not. I'm fairly certain I paid 25, but they were in a car boot video about a month ago, so yeah, have a look for yourself if you want. They are made in England, industrial style, steel toe cap, Dr. Martens. You know I absolutely love selling DMs. I couldn't resist picking these ones up. They're so nice. They're not the best size. I think they're only size 7 or something. These ones though, they've sold full price, £62.99. So once you take away the fees and everything, it's probably a bit more than a double up sort of thing. So happy with that though. And just a really cool item to have in the shop as well. It's not often you get the old industrial made in England docs. And then coming over here, we've got the order the person cancelled and then decided to change their mind and kept the order in the end. These ones are Taylor Elites. I think I paid 25 at the car boot, so I did pay up quite a lot. Same with these ones here, but it was worth it in the end. They stuck around. They're probably listed for about a month, maybe just under a month. They've sold for £85. And then you've got these ones here which are in the bag. I'll just have show you a quick peek at them. These are the Taylor Rolf, I think. Taylor Rolf Concord, there you go. And they have sold for 90. I paid just 20, I think, at the car boot for these ones. Lovely 2 sales there. That one nearly didn't happen, they nearly cancelled it, but nice to get them gone. Clear some space. They're They're a bit of a pain to store because they're so heavy. I usually put them in the boxes, and then there's a set of bowls in there if it weighs an absolute ton. But they're always worth it. They do always sell really well. Sometimes they stick around for quite a while, but these ones luckily sold really quickly. So I'm really chuffed with that. But for now though, I think that is everything. My voice is going. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'm really croaky. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, I'll all be healed up and sorted out. But for now, I'm probably going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed today's little update. Yeah, really successful weekend. I haven't been listing anything. I'm down to about 195 listings right now, so haven't been listing too much. I do have a few photos on my phone to get listed. I've got a few more shoes in the big blue bag to get listed. I need to get back on sourcing again. Need to start sniping on Vinted. It's been a little bit of a cash flow issue for me recently. I just haven't really had the money to buy new stock. That's partially my fault because I'm not a spender. I'd say I'm more of a worrier. So I put a lot of money aside and save it. I move my money around. As soon as I get it, I move it somewhere else, So I only play with what I've actually got to hand, if that makes sense. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you can, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Comment below, like the video, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!